Learners, welcome to Elements of Network Simulation. In this session, we are going to see the network simulation tools, that list of third-party tools for Network Simulator 3. So that's what we'll be seeing. Please listen to this carefully. Some of these tools will be helpful for the rest of your life, and some tools will be only for this simulation. Now, in this, there are so many tools available. For example, Wireshark. So this Wireshark is a third party. That means it is completely external. Netanim comes with along with NS3. So internal, I'll put I. Trace Metrics, it's a software, comes external. ASCII Trace, it's part of internal. PCAP trace fields, again internal. Flow Monitor, again it's internal. GNU plot, it is external. And Visualizer, it is internal. So for example, so 1, 2, 3. So totally there are 3 softwares that is coming completely external. So remaining things are internal to NS3. So these are these tools that we are going to see in this session. So first thing is Wireshark. So Wireshark, we simply call it as it is a packet analyzer or a packet tracer. So Wireshark is a network packet analyzer. So you can analyze various packets starting from any number of packets you can say. So if you want to design your own protocol and if you your own packet structure, that also can Wireshark can able to analyze. So one good example is TCP, UDP, SMTP, SNMP, so ICMP. So there are so many other packet structures that Wireshark can able to process it. So it's a network packet analyzer will try to capture network packets and tries to display the packet data as detailed as possible. So as detailed as possible means even to the bit level detailed information this Wireshark will give you. So why Wireshark is included in NS3 is usually Wireshark process a type of file called as packet capture files. Simply we call it as PCAP. The shortcut of PCAP is packet capture. So that's why we call it PCAP. So these PCAP files can be processed in 2 different softwares. One is Wireshark, another is TCP dump. So TCP dump and Wireshark. These are the 2 software that can process the PCAP files. So NS3 can generate packet capture files through their simulations. So those files can be processed using Wireshark. So we will see an example also. I'll just put an example in the laboratory section of how Wireshark can be useful for the simulation. So now we'll see what are the different things. So it can create various statistics. It can colorize packets, search for packets on many criteria, filter packets on many criteria. It can filter. It can export some of the thing. It can able to save. It can save. It can display packets, import packets. See that all import, display, save, export, filter, search, colorize, create. So there are so many things that packet capture can do. It is available for Linux, any operating system it is available. So you need not bother about which OS it has. Even Mac OS it has, Linux it has, all Linux families, then Windows it has. So to install this on various distributions, so how we can install this, the good example here is Ubuntu and Linux Mint. You can use this command, sudo apt space install space Wireshark. So this is the easiest command. In Fedora, so either you can use yum install or you can use dnf install. In case if you want to install, you can use install dnf install Wireshark. So you can use this command or that command. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing in Wireshark. So how this Wireshark can able to this is for how Wireshark can be operated by all users of a particular Linux machine. So usually Wireshark, all the interfaces can be visible only to the sudoers. So we call it as super users. For ordinary users, you have to enable this format to make the ordinary user also to access the interfaces. So that's what this command here is for, mainly for Ubuntu. Okay, so in case if you want to check it for Ubuntu, you can just check it how the Wireshark can be helpful for any users in Ubuntu to access the interfaces. So interfaces, as this name says, I already told you in an example called as ifconfig. It will display all the interfaces. One example is ETH0, then the wireless 0. For this wireless and this is Ethernet. If you are using internet directly, you can give the interface to monitor using Wireshark. Directly you can give. So whatever web pages you are browsing, whatever you see, you and email checking, YouTube or anything, whatever you see, every packet will be captured using Wireshark, and you can analyze the number of various statistics in this software. So next thing is NetAnim. As the name says that N in capital letter and A also in capital letter. So both are in uppercase letters. So the command is also useful. The same way we have to use it. And NETANIM, NetAnim. So in case NetAnim is the shortcut of network animator. In case if you want to install NetAnim through a package coming along with the Linux operating system, so you can simply use a command called as sudo apt install NetAnim. So you can directly write like this. So this method may not be working out when NS3 generates a XML file for processing the network animation. So don't use this method. Always follow the method which is given in the complete slide. Okay, so what you do is first you give this sudo apt-get update. Afterwards qt4 qmake, qt4 developmental tools, qt4 default. Now qt5 is also there. If qt4 is not working, you can try with qt5. So qt is a kind of a GUI kind of system developed by Nokia and still it been used. So in our example, I already installed NetAnim in the VM what I have given you. The NetAnim is working perfectly fine, so you need not install, it comes along with it. In case if you are trying on your own machine, if NetAnim is not there, you please install it as per the procedure given below. So each line corresponds to one terminal prompt. So you can give this one terminal prompt. Okay, so that's how this NetAnim. So when you run the command, you can run the command using like this /NetAnim. So that means that this is a command that you have to run it for network animation. You can check that inside this NetAnim 3.108 folder, check whether a binary file called as NetAnim is there. If it is there, that means your software is installed. If it is not there, then you have to install it as per the procedure given here. So for enabling NetAnim in the source code, so by default all the source code, they may not be having NetAnim relevant source codes. We have to write it. So how the process starts is, so first thing is it has to have include ns3/netanim-module.h. So this is in the header section. Afterwards, before the simulator run function, so I mean this line will be at the end of this source file. Before this function, you have to call animation interface anim third.xml. So here the name anim is nothing but the name of the object name. So you can have any name instead of this anim, you can have it. And now the set constant position. What is the position in the animation? So which position you want to fix the nodes. So you can give a location of x and y. So each node can be represented by a x comma y. So that's what this x and this is y, and this is the name of the node. You can see there are so many nodes. So even if you don't give all these lines, still network animation will handle the default locations for those nodes. Now this generates NetAnim generates a XML file. So that XML file will be processed using NetAnimation window. So you can check the demo in the laboratory features. So next thing is TraceMetrics. So this software is TraceMetrics software. So TraceMetrics is a third-party software again. So download the latest version of TraceMetrics from tracemetrics.net or SourceForge. So this website is I think already down. So better you can use the SourceForge software, website to download the software. So the command for running TraceMetrics is java-jar tracemetrics.jar. So this is the command. So usually what happens is in Windows operating system, you can double click this jar file to open the jar file, but in Linux and the Macintosh operating system, you have to write the command in a terminal mode. So that's how you have to do it. Okay, so that is what this TraceMetrics will be done. Now what is TraceMetrics process? TraceMetrics will process the trace file .tr file. So usually the .tr file will be of ASCII trace format. So that means it will contain only ASCII trace format. It contains this trace file contains only those things will be processed in the TraceMetrics. So again the line this code will be written above the simulator run function. So how we can write the code? ASCII trace helper ASCII. So see, this is a class name and this is an object name. The object name can be anything as far as you like. And here we have an object called as CSMA. We have an object called as PHY. So this is for the physical layer of Wi-Fi. This is the CSMA layer, CSMA helper. So ASCII can be enabled mainly for the helper classes. So please understand that. So only for the helper classes this ASCII trace will be enabled. So enable ASCII all, that means enable ASCII for all the CSMA channels or the helpers. Then create a file stream, write every data to this file, third csma.tr. Similarly, phy, you can write third wi-fi.tr. So accordingly, you will be getting two trace files, one third csma, another is one third wi-fi. Two files you will be getting. So to process these two files, use the software to open it. Which software to open? You can open Trace Matrix for opening these files. Next thing is packet capture. So similar like ASCII trace, we call something called as packet capture. I already told you that packet capture can be processed using Wireshark. So how we can enable packet capture is, so this is again helper class point to point, PHY and CSMA. Now here we don't use any dot extension because the dot is by default, we know that it is PCAP. So only thing is we have to use the name. So what name the file has to be generated. So enable PCAP all means, so for all the interfaces in point to point, you have to enable the PCAP. So we have given third. Again for PHY also we have given third. For CSMA also we have given third. In case if you want to give some different names, you can give it. But the file name will be like this, third -0-0.pcap, then third -0.1.pcap, then third -3.0.pcap. Like that you will get the packet capture file for each and every interfaces that you have supplied over here. So this is how the way the packet capture file will be generated. Maybe I'll write in clearly, third -3-0.pcap. This is one kind of file. So likewise, it will create multiple files according to the number of interfaces that CSMA, PHY and point to point channel have. In case before Wireshark was introduced or invented or it was developed, network administrators were using a command called as TCP dump. So using this TCP dump, this command -""n -""t and -""t file.pcap. So this can be processed, the packet can be analyzed and traced for various statistics. So that's how the way the TCP dump was useful. So in case if you are really interested on TCP dump, you can understand about TCP dump protocols. So Flow Monitor is one of the powerful software of NS3. So it's very powerful. So even none of the simulators are having such kind of facility like this Flow Monitor. So Flow Monitor can able to give you information about packet loss, then packet drop, then transmission energy, receiving energy, then transmitting packets, receiving packets, and lot of things it will just give you. So all these things will be captured in a flow of packets. So that means that the packet flow, it will compute the number of, not number of packets, but number of packet flow. How it will happen is, again we have to have ns3/flow monitor helper.header file. We have to use it in the source code. Then we have to use a pointer here, pointer flow monitor helper, flow helper, flow helper install all, and simulator above the simulator run we have to write it. So all these lines of code will be written above the simulator run function. After the simulator run function, we have to use a serialized to XML file. That means that again this also generating a XML file as an output. So using this, parsing this XML file, we can get so many relevant information about packet loss and other things. Even the port number, which port number the protocol act upon. So all this data will be getting it. So only because after every simulation gets over, the entire data will be returned to an XML file. So that's why we use only that line alone. It will be useful after the simulator run function. So again, so in this case we will be getting two XML files. So one XML file will be for netanim, another XML file will be for flow monitor. So we will have two things. So flow monitor is a very big area. Maybe I'll just put you a video on how to use flow monitor. For all other applications we will see that. Then visualizer. So visualizer is outdated concept because of a package is been removed from the Ubuntu library. So usually we have a package for installing visualizer, for enabling visualizer, but that package was been removed. So visualizer was not at all working in NS3. But now recently Ubuntu have come with a different kind of packages for handling this kind of GUI. So maybe it may be working, but in the VM image what I have given you, it will not work. So visualizer similar like netanim, but netanim is part of third party, but the bundle is there in NS3, but visualizer is again part of NS3. So here what happens, so you know that how to run it, /waf space --run scratch first. Then after that we give a space and we can use --vis or we can use --visualizer. So we can use this or this command to open. So after you run this, automatically a window will be open. In the window you can able to configure all the nodes, so that you can visualize what's happening in the network animation. So that's what the visualizer is working on. Next thing is GNUplot. So as I told you that there are some concept you can learn for the life. So this is one such concept. So far we will be using spreadsheets. What spreadsheet application we will be using? So mainly for plotting the characteristics we will be mainly using Excel. So mostly Indians we prefer to use a Microsoft Excel. The reason being it is very powerful, or it comes from a Microsoft, and we have been practiced in using it, but we never thought of what are different kind of thing that we can try out. So GNUplot is one such software. It can work on Windows, Linux, Mac, any OS. This GNUplot supports. GNUplot completely free and open source. So you need not pay and get it. It's completely free and open source. So what GNUplot do is, so we have to write a code for plotting the characteristics. So GNUplot is a powerful open source graphing software that is very neat and professional. So most of the 90% of the journal publications, the graphs which are published in any publications, they are coming with the help of GNUplot. So even if you take Matplot libraries used by Python, and MATLAB is there for graph plotting solutions. R statistics tool is there. Most of these tools, they follow a graphing solution that is powered in the backend mainly by GNUplot. So GNUplot is very powerful. You can think of, we have already have in week 3 we have 2 videos on GNUplot, one for basic data plotting, another for histograms plotting. So please go through those two videos. You can learn it for the life. So that means that you never forget about how to use GNUplot in your career. But here how we can write a code. So yeah, when you see set terminal PNG means the name of the PNG. We will be getting output in a PNG file. So let's say size is 600, 480. That means we will get a graph like this, 600, 400. Next output is file.png, the title of the graph. So I use the title of the graph as title of the graph. So that means in the top we will get like this, title of graph, you will get it. Then plot file.data. So if you have some data in the file, let's say you have 3 columns, column number 1, column number 2, column number 3. Now in this case what it's using 1 column 2 means column number 1 and column number 2. So column number 1 in the x-axis, column number 2 in the y-axis. So let's say x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for example. Then accordingly I have a pointer. So I have some points here. So that's how the way I can able to join the particular point. Okay, so I can use these points like this. So that means there is a legend called as this line legend, it will be called as congestion. So as the name says congestion here, the title is congestion. Let's say I want to plot one more characteristics, 1:3. So comma I can put file.data and 1:3. So I want to use another characteristics called as a star. So in that case what I do is I'll be plotting the characteristics like this. So using lines point, that means that lines and points both. So this is the graph I will be getting. In one single image you will get both the characteristics have been plotted. In case if I want to have a PDF file, then I can use PDF. So PDF doesn't need any size, so no need of including size here. Simply PDF, and the name of the file will be file.pdf or any name.pdf you can give. So this way the entire output can be converted into a PDF file. So you can get it. So this is how the GNUplot can be helpful. And even whatever code you write, you can write the entire code in one single file. So that means you can carry a one single file for plotting even 10,000 graphs. So that is the power of this GNUplot. And even there are subscriptions, superscriptions, so many things we can able to do using this GNUplot. Not only that, 2D, 3D graphs. So anything we can able to do on GNUplot. Even it can be processing the formula also. Let's say I want to use x square plus 2x plus 1. If I want to plot, simply you can use plot x square plus 2x plus 1. That's it. It will directly plot what is the curve for x square plus 2x plus 1. You can even GNUplot understand formulas. So it know only two variables, x and y. Okay, so that is how the way GNUplot can be programmed. So having said there are all these tools like Wireshark, GNUplot, TraceMetrics, ASCII Trace, PCAP, and Visualizer, all these things. So please learn it. So most of these tools you can learn within a day or within a day. Thank you for listening.